Hi, Kevin. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So you're the CTO of Lookout, and you just had a wonderful presentation. Just tell me, why did you hack the Tesla?
Well, so number one, we wanted to test the security of connected cars and connected things. And we didn't want to go test something we knew was going to be really easy to hack and do all sorts of things wrong. We wanted to look at something that, maybe we'll find some ways to get in, ways to hack it, but also a lot that we like that we can share with the world so that other people can follow with best practices.
Okay, great. And what do you think what we can learn from it?
So we found three things. So there's actually a couple things Tesla did really, really well, one thing that they need to improve on, but everyone from Internet of Things manufacturers, automakers, as well as enterprise IT organizations can learn from it. Number one is it's important to make sure everything has a strong update process. And a good update process means it happens all the time, because Internet of Things devices and smartphones, tablets, PCs, and servers, and cars, they all use the same software. And just like your web browser and your computer needs to be updated, your software in your car needs to be updated. So it needs to happen frequently. It needs to be free to the end user. So if a user has to pay for a cell service or something, they're not going to apply that update. And it needs to be 1 or 2 clicks. If it's anything more than that, we know no one's going to do it. So that's number one. Make sure there are easy over-the-air updates. Number two is what we call the security immune system, and that's 2 things. So one, we have to assume bad guys are going to get into some part of the car. They're going to hack the web browser, they're going to hack Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or something, but that shouldn't matter. Vehicles, just like IT systems, should assume that bad guys are going to get in somewhere. They might hack a PC or a laptop, but that doesn't mean they should get access to all your sensitive data. So it's important to harden each individual system in an enterprise IT system and an automobile, and to use data to actually audit what's going on inside the network and process it and analyze it so that when something does go wrong, you know about it and can respond to it. Because if you don't have that data and you don't have those sensors in place, you're going to read about a breach on the front page of a newspaper, and that's not good. Number 2 is that cybersecurity immune system. And number 3 is what we call isolating critical components. So just like your brain, you have a blood-brain barrier that prevents even infections in your blood from touching your brain. You need to look at, in an enterprise IT system or in the car, your brakes should not be able to talk to your web browser, or your web browser, more importantly, shouldn't be able to talk to your brakes. And it actually turns out airplanes do this. In-flight Wi-Fi can't talk to the autopilot. But in-flight Wi-Fi can receive the location, the altitude, the wind speed of the airplane. So there is information going back and forth. And so it's important to make sure that that information flow is very, very tightly controlled, and that in any sort of security organization, they will have way too much to do. So it's important that they focus their efforts on where their critical data can be accessed. And so that's ensuring that you isolate your critical system. So the 3 learnings that we had from the talk.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Kevin.
Thank you.